Timberwolves Nation. We got belt to ass, courtesy of OKC, getting sent home to Cancun. Let's get right into it. First thing I want to give flowers to is, and I don't want y'all to exactly hang y'all's heads, because I mean this is number one defense ran by the current MVP, coached by a recent coach of the year at the same time. And I mean, they made us look like we were high schoolers on that court, man. And I mean, I don't think we can exactly hang our heads in shame here, because I think there's still a lot to be proud of. I mean, we're still a really bright and up and coming team run by a bunch of 23-year-olds. We have a really young core. We have options, okay? But as we are now, OKC picked us apart offensively, and I really want to shout out Coach Dagenalt. I'm sorry, OKC fans, if I'm not pronouncing his name right. He clearly, and I mean clearly, put in the time with this team, made them watch film, because they knew everything we wanted to do offensively. Defense. They knew all of our quirks and tendencies and how to pick it apart with the slightest push. I kid you not. I watched Alex Caruso punk Julius Randle, take his lunch money 2-3 times, and I get it. I mean, I get it. No, I don't get it. The size, the height, it's just not okay, man. And even worse was Julius Randle basically just throwing in zero effort and reverting back to his Knicks days, where if he didn't get the call, he'd just pout and look at the refs. Knicks fans always warned me about this, but I didn't want to see it. I always thought his fit would be not a lot. I always knew how great his fit would be and how integral he was going to be in the Lakers and Golden State games, but didn't expect him to revert when things got tough. I mean, I probably should have, but I mean, it's a contract year. I thought he would give everything he had no matter what. But maybe at that age, it's just not possible. And I think we really need to start considering how our timeline is a bunch of 23-year-olds and start going young, truthfully. Hate to say it, man. I really, really like Julius Randle, and I really saw him more than the expiring contract a lot of fans thought he would just be. But it is what it is, and we can't get overly emotional. We also can't make rash decisions, too, because, I mean, this is the number one defense, but it's not bad defense. It's the lack of defense. It's the lack of effort, and, I mean, there's just nothing you can really do about that, especially when our team is defensive-minded. I don't want to go too hard in on our defense in general, though. I thought it had its bright spots, although Coach Dagenalt really outplayed us on that front too. I always got really mad at Coach Finch, although I understand it, when he would take Gobert off the court, because he would try and get a bucket for us, but more importantly, he wanted to space the floor, etc., etc. But it just wasn't working. Our offense was non-existent no matter what we did, and even when we had Gobert on the floor, Coach Dagenalt had an answer for that. Chet Holmgren stretched the floor. It would keep him completely out of the paint, make him a non-factor. Make our coach put in Naz Reid as a replacement, who was clearly undersized and is truthfully meant to be a 4. As much as I love Big Jelly, he was always meant to be a 4. Always played his best at the 4. But I'm sorry, I went off on a bit of a side tangent. I was talking about OKC and their defense. Yeah, Coach Dagenalt, he would run Big Rudy off the floor. They would throw in Naz Reid to counteract that floor spacing thing they were doing, have him be more impactful from the arc. But Naz Reid just didn't have the length to contest multiple times. Really just got embarrassed. And, I mean, I don't even want to go too hard on him, because I still think he's a big part of our future as long as he doesn't request the moon in the world. He's 25 years old, a bit older than our 23-year-olds, but nonetheless, I think he fits our timeline great, and we should try and re-sign him. In terms of our offense, though, we need to find someone who can handle the ball and not turn it over, and someone who can truthfully create their own shot. because I don't think there's anyone on this team at this point who can create their own shot besides Anthony Edwards. Julius Randle can create his own shot against some teams, not OKC though. And I'm really hoping for Rob Dillingham, hoping he'll get some more minutes, some better confidence after seeing the Western Conference Finals. But I mean, I just am expecting a lot, and he's a young guy, so I don't want to give him too much expectations. But man, do we need work. Our roster needs work. We got outplayed on every facet. We got outplayed on energy, on defense, on offense, and we were outcoached. But I don't think we should hang our heads in shame because, like I said, this is a great team. We are a great team. We have a bright future. Stay positive, Minnesota. Love y'all. Peace out.